What's up, everybody? Bernardo from Lerner Media here, and today we will be teaching about the right way of doing influencer marketing. Because influencer marketing, it's something that it's it doesn't have a script in order for you to do. There are many different ways of doing it, and it's your objective as a brand, as a business, to find the right people to represent you, right? Because they're influencers, they influence people to come into your business. So you must know their audience, right? You must know how to invite them into your business, right? Because once they're representing you, they're part of the business, and how to make them sell, right? Because it isn't something that you just go there and just give the guy a link. It says, bring me clients. It isn't like that, you know? Oh, I forgot my. All right, whatever. And this video is sponsored by us, Lerner Media. Well, if you want to make influencer marketing or any other kind of marketing strategy, gimmick, funnel, whatever for your business, for your brand, for your e-commerce, for your services, we can help you, right? We can help you and you will see the value that we can give to you. So if you're interested, book a call below. I'll leave the link on the description and on the comments, right? So if you're interested in that, click on the link below and book a call with me, and we'll make great business together. So let's start. How to find them? Well, you might know, well, you might know who they are. The people pages you think about the niche, right? Because since you're in the business, I assume I hope you kind of consume content about the niche, right? And this isn't not only about marketing itself, it's about your own interest, right? Because if you have I'll give you an example. If you have a water bottle business, it's of your interest that you know what people are doing to market their water bottles, what they're doing to attract customers. And even if you're like a water bottle enthusiast, so organically, you might know who the big pages, the big influencers are, right? And there are two strategies that you can go. You can go on the big influencers road, which is like the top of minds, the big ones, or you can go for the micro influencers strategy. The micro influencer strategy, it's better for companies who are starting, who are bootstrapping, who don't have much money to be paying for the fees that the big ones charge, right? But you never know. So, how to find them? You search, usually Instagram and TikTok are two great platforms for that, and YouTube also. Actually, it's better if you go for Instagram and YouTube, because the Instagram, you can find like people who are highly engaged to the person itself, what they teach, right? And that's a good thing for influencer marketing. And for YouTube, since you can have a bigger, you can make more dense content, right? It's you create a greater connection with the person that's recording the videos, right? With the influencer. So one, Instagram, two, YouTube. And how to find them? You go broad, they start searching for who will fit your budget, right? So I'll give you an example. On the fitness industry, right? Like, let's assume that we are focusing on gyms, right? Gym clothing, gym apparel, like Gymshark, Lululemon, that kind of stuff, right? If you are if you are a Gymshark, you have the budget, you have the money to pay for the top one of the industry, right? You can go for Sebum for the ones who know the industry. You can go for the bigger guys. You can pay their fees. Like they charge 50,000 for a story sequence. All right, whatever. Boom. You have that budget to spend, right? But if you're a smaller brand, that's when you start using this strategy right here, right? Of going broad and then searching down to find the specific people for your business, right? So another thing, you have to look if their type of content is compatible to your brand. And here's a dichotomy, right? Because usually there are people, there are two types of content creators. There are the washed ones, the people that they aren't as charismatic, you know, but they have great content to give, like information inside of their brains uh, that they can bring to life, right? Talk to other people, and you usually have the crazy ones, the misfit ones, right? Which are the guys that say what they want, say what they think, and it doesn't matter about consequences, whatever. He doesn't give a fuck. Let's go, boom, boom, boom. You know, usually there's two type of guys, right? And for your brand, you need to know what type of founder, what type of business owner you are, right? Because even more right now, right, with cancellation and Twitter stuff, blah blah blah, like people trying to people trying to shit you, shit you and your company, right, online. You have to know if you have the balls, right? If you've got the balls to associate your brand with a guy that speaks what he means and means what he says, right? You gotta have the balls, and that's something that I can't tell you specifically, right? Because I don't know you that much. But if you know a bit about yourself and about your company, you might calculate the risk, right? Because usually the influencers who say what they mean and mean what they say, right? They have a more engaged audience, but they have a more engaged audience because they resonate more with the guy's message, right? But by signing this guy, you might have to deal with this guy's haters, right? So you gotta know this balance, be this balance of like of your brand. If you've got basically if you've got the balls to sign a guy that will say whatever he wants to, right? And that's something that I can define to you. I personally I got the balls for it, but like every business is a different business, every stake is a different stake, right? You're having different stakes. Maybe you can deal with that much of stress. You're already in much stress by making your business. I don't know, whatever, any other reason, right? So you gotta know thyself, know thyself. All right. For the influencers with bad behaviors, the misfits ones, which was I was saying, it doesn't matter what they did or said. This advice is for the ones who got the balls, right? It doesn't matter what they do slash did or said. It matters how much their audience is willing to accept their behavior. This is extremely important, right? Because if you're affiliating your brand, you're associating your brand with a guy that will say whatever the fuck he wants, and that's it. What matters is if their following will continue to follow them if the guy continues to speak what they mean, right? So I'll give an example. Um, John Jones, for the people in the UFC, right? You might know John Jones, the arguably the greatest of all time, and he had a he has, right, a pretty terrible past. Like And, you know, I don't care if they were about his crimes or not, but like people tend to accept what happened previously in his life and say, yeah, John, like they won't give up on the guy. And that's the type of guy that you want if you're going for a bad boy, bad boy, I would say. And another example, this name that if I actually whatever, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Andrew Tate, this guy, you know, you might have an opinion on him. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He's a G. And um, Andrew, it's either love him or hate him. There is no in between. Or actually, it has, but like 1% um, of independent thinkers, they go and analyze Andrew Tate, but usually it's either love him or hate him. You know. But what matters is the 50%. I don't know the usually the statistics, but like, I don't know, let's say 50-50. The 50% that loves Andrew Tate, they will buy whatever the fuck the guy sells. And that's what matters. That is the type of guy that you want. In influencer marketing, actually, what what you want in your most dreamful dreams and wishes is a guy that he created such a high standard for himself and he gave so much value to his audience that whatever the fuck he sells, they're selling. Whatever the fuck he markets, it sells. It makes money back. That's what you truly want. And it doesn't matter if you have to finance a bad boy or get a a kind of washed guy. I don't like working with kind of washed guys, but like there is a time and place for that. You know, but I prefer the bad boys in this sense, right? And so you gotta know thyself and know how not compromise. The word is how how much the audience is ready to buy from the guy and support him on his different endeavors, right? On his personal journey, whatever. So here's how to find them, how to define which guys you want for your business. Two, the approach. The micro influencers usually are broke and they have more influence over their followers. So I'll give you an example to explain this, right? If you've got 5 friends, you have a certain influence over them, like independently if they respect you or not, right? If you have 5 people on a on an environment, each guy personally will influence each other individually, right? What I'm trying to say is a guy a guy on a group of 5 friends will have more influence power over a guy that has 1,000 people on the group, right? So what I'm trying to say is the micro influencers, they are better for you to target a specific extremely niche audience. Actually, like it depends on the brand, but usually when you're using micro influencers, you're selling to high ticket people, like rich people, aka right. If you're selling to rich people with extremely niched audiences, with um, extremely niched content, right? I would say they have more influence, right? Because they have been, certified in a sense, right? In what I said, explained before. So, but usually those guys are broke. They tend to be broke because they have the influence, but they don't have enough people to sell to the masses. But they have an influence power, but they don't have the money yet to monetize their audience, right? They don't have the business part to monetize their audience. And here's where you enter, right? So Go from your brand profile and say that you love his content, that you want to send some products over, and they will do free merchandising for you. Usually, this works with people with niches that they don't know much about business, right? So they don't know the value of a shout out, the value of you recording a story sequence, a YouTube video, explaining stuff, right? But it depends. So let me explain more. Go from your brand profile. If a guy has like 40,000 followers in a brand, in like the profile of a brand comes to approach him, it feels different than someone that like an individual person is reaching out to the influencer, right? Because when you're using the brand profile, you're saying we're a business and we liked your content. That, and it brings authority like here now, but what I'm trying to say is that it's heavier. It brings another type of whatever. You got it. You got it, right? And you said that you love his content, like an authority figure validating his content. And that you want to send some products over. You know, that's the start of a relationship with the guy, right? You don't want to give money to him out of the blue, you know. Even sometimes if the guy is bigger, they will ask for something, for some money, but it isn't that much, right? So if it's like something like, I don't know, $1,000 plus the the products, like depending on your budget, you can go, whatever. It's like, or a small fee, I don't know. But what you want to is to start creating a relationship with the guy, you know. And usually, with the micro influencers are the broke ones from Brokey. It's just they'll do the free content for you because usually it's kind of hard to find content to make. And if you're like you have 40, 50, 60, 80, even 100,000 followers, and a brand, any kind of brand sends something to you, you're also validating his influence, right? So they will tend to record videos, create content around that, even if it's something like, hey, hey, Kindle, send me an Amazon. No, what? Amazon send me a Kindle, yo. Like, we're getting big, huh? That kind of stuff. You understand? No, it will validate their content, right? So that's the approach. The setup. The setup. Later, talk about paying for a promotion of 10 stories scattered through the week and then ask them for a hard sell. Here's the first strategy you're going to do, right? First, you do the approach, blah, blah, blah. Let me send let me send you guys some stuff, whatever, blah, blah. And after that, you try to make a correlation between the amount of visits on your website or your Instagram profile, whatever, to the to the date when you send the products, right? Because if the guy shows your products, shows your brand to their audience, and they go to look on your they go look what you have to offer, it means that they're kind of interested, and that his audience is qualified. So let's go. And blah, blah, later, and talk about paying for a promotion of 10 stories. The strategy here is usually if you're, on Instagram scrolling, whatever, blah, blah, and a guy that you follow suddenly, out of the blue, he just comes with one specific story, reading a written script by a marketing intern, somewhere in a fucking shitty ass company, and they just start reading the what the marketing guy wrote. It's an advertising, and it's a fucking shitty advertising. The best advertising is the one that they don't even notice. that's in our advertising. You know, you gotta be smooth. You know, the game. You gotta have the game. Yeah. So why 10 stories? It doesn't need to be 10 exactly, but what you're trying to make here is you want throughout the week, right? That's important. It doesn't need to be necessarily about throughout the week, but it's throughout a certain period of time. You want to create a narrative on the on the influencers page, right? And usually there are many strategies that you can make, but the pass what it's the most it's the easiest one to make. Yeah, it's the business it's the best one to make, and it's the easiest one, which is problem. He will talk to his audience about a problem he had. So let me follow the UFC example, right? UFC fighters, they need, I don't know, a pair of gloves. Just a random example, right? So the UFC fighter that you are promoting, uh, he's recording stories, right? Whatever. He'll go, he will create the problem, right? I don't. Well, I need new boxing gloves. Not boxing. I need new MMA gloves because my gloves are fucked up. Basically, let me sum it all up. Right, my gloves are bad. They are disintegrating. I forgot the word for it. They're not as good as it was, and I need a new one. Right. The agitation. That's the biggest. Like, let me give some numbers here. Right? Considering it's a week, right? It's 7 days. Just right here, right? One, 1 or 2 days will be for the problem, right? They will be talking about the problem. 5 days will be the agitation part, and one is the hard sell, like boom, which is when you give him the link to sell, right? And bring customers in. Actually, not one or two, only one. You start with a problem like, right? I don't know. I don't have. Wait a second. I need the MMA gloves. My previous my previous ones are shitty. I need new gloves, right? Blah blah whatever. The agitation. It's like throughout the week, the influencer, you need to talk more about the problem. Like they need to complain basically, right? So on day one, oh well, my gloves are shitty. I need new ones. And then on day two, dude's like, brother, I can't train properly. My gloves are shitty. It's fucking it's compromising my training. Otherwise, I'll lose my fight. Blah blah whatever. He will agitate on the problem, right? They'll basically basically complain about the problem. You know, bitch about the problem. That's a better term. They'll bitch about the problem. And, and actually, psychologically, by bitching about the problem will get bigger, right? It will get bigger, 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 bigger. And it will inflict more pain on the influencer and on their audience, right? Because they will look like shit. Bad girls really fuck you up. You can't train properly. You blah blah whatever whatever whatever. And then the solution. And that's when you got a hard sell. The fuck out of this shit. You got a hard sell, you know? So let me give you an example. Like, you had the problem, my gloves are shitty. Oh my god, I can't train. If not, I'll lose my fight because I can't train properly, blah, 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 whatever. Solution. Guys, I was complaining. You guys know that I've been complaining over a week about my fucking MMA gloves that they are bad. They're doing this to me. They are hurting me. That I need a new ones. And X company reached out to me. I'll just give an example from the niche, right? Venom. It's a combat sports, brand. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. And Venom gave me those incredible gloves. And right now I'm smart and great. I can do my stuff. I can do my drills better. I can, you got it. Adapt it to your niche. Adapt it to your niche. And after that, after the solution, you gotta no. Actually, that's it. But what you're after you bring in the solution, you give the guy a link to for him to bring people into your store, right? Bring people into your service, website, whatever. And another thing that's out of the formula, it's showing the ben the benefits of the solution. Basically, after he brings in the solution, the link, whatever, blah blah, you gotta he's gotta show on the social media that his problem is solved. You gotta well. After that, they will just be posting videos about like my Venom gloves are great. You know, he gotta how can I say this? After that, he needs to show that his problem has gone away and that and he want um his problem has gone away and that you are almost a fucking dickhead. You're a dickhead by not solving your problem too. That's the feeling that you want to make their audience feel, right? Because if they feel like a fucking dumbass, they will try to get a solution to it. You know, if they feel the pain and they feel like a dumbass for not solving that, he will go and buy the stuff from you, right? So here, yeah, you basically got it. And now here are some guidelines, right? Guidelines for businesses. One, you gotta let the guy, the influencer, whatever, the page, do what they want, right? Actually, it's not what they want. You need to give them creativity freedom, right? Because you have a business, right? And their business, it's the attention that they're bringing, the maintaining their audience. In the same way, you would be completely pissed if a doctor came into your business and start obligating you doing stuff that that doesn't work. The same way the influencers feel when a sponsor come in and they try to boycott their creativity. Are you gonna? You only need to post this. You will only post that. You won't talk about this. You won't talk about that. No, that's not what you want. You're and it's basically this: let them cook. Because they understand more about their audience than you know about their audience. It's simple, right? Because the same way you know the ins and outs of your own business, they know the ins and outs of their business, which is their audience. They talk to their audience daily. They know what are their audience's problems, what they feel, what they want, and what they're eager to buy. So what you're gonna do is it here the development? That no. So you probably book a meeting or whatever, even if you're just texting the guy. What you're gonna do is you will come, hey, I love your content, blah blah blah. Here's a product. Sent to the guy. He's like, oh my god, I've got a sponsor right now. Whatever. You bring him to a call or whatever, texting, and you say, uh, we love your content. We appreciate what you do. we and we would like to partner. What we want to do is we will give you a link for you to. We'll give you a link, an affiliate link, and every and from every sale that you do, you give like 10, 50, you get 10, 15%, whatever. You know your business, so depending on the niche, you can give more or less. You know your margins, right? You better know your margins. And what basically you will do is you give the guy an affiliate link to so you can one, you can metrify how many sales he's bringing, how many visits to your website is bringing to sell more, right? And three, you want to make the guy some money. And that's what I'll talk about the development part two, right? Is it here? Or yeah. So basically you give the affiliate link to the guy, say you will say create it doesn't matter which actually matters. So you go to the guy and say, we love your content, we love what you're doing here. We want our products in your hands. And what we'll do is I'll give you a commission link and you have creativity freedom to do whatever you want, whatever you usually do, right? Whatever. And we will be here for occasional questions and occasional questions only about the product, about its benefits, whatever, whatever, whatever. Here's a list of the benefits that my product brings. Do your thing, and we expect great results from you. You only have to say that because he knows the type of content his audience engages with more, you know? If you come as an outsider that doesn't have that much information about their audience and just start dictating what he should do, it will be a mess. And later you'll be shitting on the guy because he didn't bring in the results that you wanted, blah blah blah. You know? So let the guy create his content, let him cook, give him a commission link, or even or not even a commission link. If you just want, you just give the guy a flat fee, you know, if the guy's a micro influencer, he's small, he's go, I'll give you $1,000 if you reach, I don't know, 30 sales from this link. Boom, you know, basic stuff, basic stuff. So to the development. If the guy brings good results, talk about sponsoring them and and paying them to create content on his socials for your brand. So what I'm saying here, after the first commission link, the first time that you can metrify how are his results, you will bring him as a sponsor. Not as a sponsor, you will sponsor him, right? Because once you sponsor a company, they will show you they will show your brand more to their audience. You know, you will show, and they will get used to your products. They will get used to what you're offering, and they will buy more from you. Consequentially, right? So here are some stuff, right? If it brings good results, talk about sponsoring and making them to create content on his social for your brand. Here is a crucial part for the long run, right? Which is create content on his socials for your brand. So basically, if they're creating content on your pages, you can also let them create content on their pages. But if you're also using this content, it will it will bring their audience into your radius, right? Because if they follow you on Instagram, they follow you on YouTube, whatever, you can target ads to those guys, specifically to those guys. So they're in your radius, right? They're on your radius, right? And they will get more used to your company. Basically, you sell more, right? Basically, you sell more. And he also posts tagging. The tagging part, it's a way for them to go into your into your page as smoothly as possible, right? And what I'll say, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Give the guys creative freedom. Let them do their thing. Let them cook, right? Let them fucking cook. And here's the analogy that I use. You would be completely pissed if a doctor started telling and mandating you what you need to do on your business. The same way they feel, and, and by extension, they will do a poor job if you just say what he needs to do left or right. Right. The development part two. If it's bringing more sales, offer him a discount code. And that's important because on the long run, if you're just a partner, right? If you guys are just bringing the guy money, eventually, he he is not truly committed to you and your brand, right? And if another company appears, another company that just pays him more or give him a bigger commission, they will just leave you and they will jump to the other company. And that looks bad to your business. Because once the his image is connected to yours, if they switch your company and put another one, subconsciously people will assume that the new brand that came in is better than yours. And that's really bad for business. Really bad for business. Right. And so the development part two, it's all about creating more connections to the guy, to the influencers, in a way that it's harder for them to leave. It will be extremely painful for them to leave. And you also want to make the guy some money too, right? Because at this point, you're in a kind of long-term partnership, right? I don't know, 6 months, a year, two, I don't know. It depends on each business, right? And you want the guy to make some money too. Because if you're making fucking tons of money with the products that they're selling, they will feel that they're being screwed over, right? So you want the guy to make money too, so you're even, and that they won't switch you to another company, right? You basically want to make the guy some money so he can settle with your business and not be jumping from brand to brand and leaving you behind, right? So here's the thing that I talked about. A discount code, this creates a community in the sense because they will be going like, use my discount code, influencer 10. I don't know. Influencer is like the name of the guy. So if I had a discount code, it would be like Lerner 10, whatever. Just an example that I'll give you. And give the guy some commissions to the sales, right? Usually, as I said previously, 10 to 15 is a good one to start. And if you want to stretch a bit when you're like a bit when you're like 1 2 years 3 years in, when you're more committed to it, you can give like 20% commissions, or 25, 30 maximum, depending on your niche, because otherwise it will be a bit too compromising for your margins, right? And we're here to make the money, not to make the money for them, but to make money with them. Because if you start giving 34, 35, 40, 50, whatever, subconsciously they will start thinking about creating their own business without you, right? And that's a shitty thing. That's a bad thing. You don't want to do that. Only if later you want to bring the guy in strategically as media for equity, that I'll explain on another video, maybe. I don't know. But basically media for equity is like when you both of y'all are truly committed with each other. You guys won't switch partnerships, and you will either buy a part of the company or you will bring him for free, and you will pay for his influence, right? So that's a part of negotiations, right? But you will bring in the guy to your cap table, and once the guy's on your cap table, he won't leave you. He probably won't leave you unless you fucking destroy their reputation, started selling drugs inside your products. I don't know. It would be pretty hard, right? It would be pretty hard. But that's the part of media for equity. And and here's the best part. An offer that you can't refuse, right? After watching all of this video of me explaining how to do the right way of doing influencer marketing, if you want to apply this or any other marketing strategy that I've recorded on the channel that I haven't recorded yet, but the likelihood of me knowing every single strategy on the digital business is really high. It's, I would say, 99.99999% the likelihood of me knowing. If you want to apply this and many more strategies to your business, and you want with the if you want the a tailored marketing strategy made it specifically to your business, to your niche, to your circumstances, to your business margins, to everything, a tailored made marketing strategy for your business that will bring one, more sales, two, will create a community that will buy anything that you sell, even a water bottle with your name on it, which I forgot the water bottle on the other room, by the way. But even if you want to sell a brick with your logo on it, it's your moral obligation to book a call with me, to book a call with us from Lerner Media, because we know this business, right? We know the business. We know how to sell to people. And as as an example, here's you watching, I don't know, 40 minutes. Let me see, like a lot of time, 42 minutes to be exactly, of me giving you value and me pitching to you right now. So if you want more sales and to create a community that will buy anything that you sell, anything, okay? Anything you sell, it's your moral obligation to book a call in the link below and we'll talk, right? And what we'll specifically do on this call, we will make a strategic call with you to design your company's marketing strategy to sell a lot every day. So book a call below. And another thing is, it's your moral obligation. And that's not specifically on my pitch, right? It's about this, the mentality of what your marketing should be like. If you have the best product on the market, if you have a great product, if you have a product that solves people's problems, that brings solution to your audience's problems, that bring light to their pain in life, it's your moral obligation to have the best marketing possible, because no one would buy something that they don't see the value in, right? You wouldn't buy a cell phone if you didn't see the value of having a cell phone. You wouldn't buy anything if you didn't see the value in in the product. And what marketing is basically is bringing the best side of your product. There are bad marketing strategies and there are good marketing strategies. And ours are fucking great, right? So if you have the best product in the market, if you have a good product in the market, it's your moral obligation of having of having the best marketing possible, so you can solve the most amount of people's problems possible. So if you want to If you want that to you, to your business, to your brand, to your personal brand, even, book a call below with me. We'll talk. We'll do a tailored strategy for your business. If you want specifically this one, the influencer marketing strategy, just we will talk on the call, right? And you will say, "Oh, I want more influencers to my business." Or even if you don't know what you want, we will do a strategy that will fit in your budget, that will fit in your moment, the moment of your brain. It will fit. It will fit if you already have a community or not, right? So, so if you haven't booked yet, book the call below. Let's talk. I want to listen from you and from your business. I hope to see you there soon. Bye. Have a good one and book the call.